What's up everybody, it's Kiyodo, and welcome back to another SMT Dx2 video. Today we're doing some high-level PvP, and I'm going to be showing off some of my best teams because I need to prepare for what is to come. Now these defensive teams know what they're doing. They pretty much cover most circumstances, and they have transferable skills and other passives on their tertiary stats on brands that are just perfect for situations in most cases. So I have to bring about my best counters to take them out, and it's definitely not going to be easy. Some of it has to do with the AI manipulation, some of it has to do with just plain RNG and luck. So I hope you do enjoy these battles, and I'll see you all in the next one. This is actually a pretty scary setup here. They have the Zhonghui, and they have the Mascado. Zhonghui, I think, is a little bit better at performing on defense than Cert. You also get the Auto Taruka, so that's kind of nice. It's a little bit tanky. Damage is not really there. It's only 1300. You would think it'd be about like 1500 or so with the Zhonghui. See what we have here. Heavily invested on the Maitamas on this Masakado. It's heal, but that doesn't really matter because it would have been null anyways. That's the attack that's pretty high, and also the health is pretty high on that thing too. So that's pretty crazy. This is low, so this is just a spellcaster. Kind of just there to help sweep. Looks like, yep, damage. And in here, let's take a look. Oh, another damage dealer. So yeah, a lot of damage, and I think that I'm just gonna have to revive through most of this. So I have a character with Endure, which is gonna be the Kuhu lane, just because that's gonna help out a lot. And especially because they're doing sweeping moves, not really things that have multiple hits. So let's try it out. It's probably going to be very difficult, but we'll see how that goes. Something that they should definitely do is invest the strength Maitamas into like Zhonghui and Mascado. Makes them super powerful. I also like putting luck into everybody. And agility if you need it on teams that aren't supposed to be slow. Let's see how this goes. It also depends on if they have things like Hellish Mask and Infernal Mask, which sometimes they do transfer, especially on slower teams like this. Or at least that's what I would do, because then you don't get hit by these fast teams with status ailment on 2 turns. Hit nothing, yep. I figured that they would have some pretty good counter to ailment if you're going second. And I had to get the Endure character because of the insta-kill. Luckily, we had the buff. Oh man, Sukakaja buff. The random. Oh, it's so good. Unfortunately, we didn't get the walk it off, but I feel like that's been like way less common. Luckily, we were still able to get off the concentrate combo. All I really need to do here is revive if I can in time. Oh boy, that's really bad. What should I do? This is a predicament. You're probably gonna die, so I should revive Trumpeter? Let's do that. This is one of those really hard fights, but this is why, you know, it's the last of the season, and people are gonna be super strong. Luckily, I'm dead. But I didn't even get to walk it off. What the Alright, well let's see if they wasted their mana now. Unfortunately, we still have to worry about Masakado. Okay, still muted, never mind, that's fine. And I think we're gonna be able to kill him right here. It's pretty good that I brought the Kuhu lane for this sweep. They don't really have anything to stop that type of damage. And Endure? No. Pretty solid. Probably because they had Mask or something. That's a really powerful team. I was actually kind of scared, but then again, you do have to have the super tanky Quets to revive everybody, and you really gotta wait it out on these fights. You can't just use it right away. Okay, let's take a look at this next team. So it's single stance with the Masakado, and we have the Rama purple. Okay, yeah, okay, Ice Pierce, of course. We're gonna be dealing with that bull. Purple Masakado, probably the better one of those, and it looks like it's heavily invested, but it's all over the place. I don't know why they try to get the speed up unless they're trying to put it first, for some reason. And let's see, this purple, okay, relatively tanky, probably has Divine Brand since it only has 1700 HP. This is super squishy, by the way, for the Mascado. And it's probably gonna die really quick. Because there's a Rama, this is why they have the Teal Heka in there for the Drain Fizz. It's okay, it's like, I don't know. Rama's really squishy, and that's kind of the problem. It doesn't really do that much damage because, you know, as the Piercers are, they're not like super OP for that reason, because if they could be, then Pierce would just be super incredible, which is, it's nice, but it's not the best of the best, you know what I mean? There's always like specialties. So in any case, Thor's gonna help out a lot here. And I do want to go first. Single stance means that I can still get off the mute with Trumpeter, so that's all good. These are the types of teams that I don't believe have things like Mask on them, because there's no Orcus, there's no like double stance. So it's a little bit harder for them to put that on. But that doesn't mean that they can have like tertiary stats with like anti-ailment, which is also very possible. But I don't think that people really stat for that, and that's not like something like you really want most of the time. But when you go into high level PvP, maybe you do, you know what I mean? These guys are really tanky, really powerful. Good buffs on them, of course. The Taruk is going to be a problem, so I'm going to take that off. Let's do that. Even better if I get a second one, which I can, but Apocalypse is more of the priority. We got everybody. Like I was saying, usually no mask, no anti-ailment. That's their downfall. Like, I'm going to be able to read that if they don't cover it. It's going to be 2 rounds before I can get Amaterasu's Tensum Corn buff, so I'm just going to start using attacks instead of saving them. And Tyrande again, just because we don't want to deal with the Mascado even hitting us in mute. He's too powerful, he really is. Check for Ananta, and Ananta has weak point, which means we can abuse that now, even though the Heka is covered for some reason. It's kind of weird. Doesn't make any sense to do that, to be honest with you. Buff here. Hit this guy. Bing bang boom. Nobody died, which is actually good for this situation, because we're ready for a charge. And we can probably just hit this. Yeah, pretty good. We probably don't even need the Tensum Corn buff. Ooh, okay, very nice. Yeah, Meat Balloon giving us that extra defense, even though we don't really need it. And you're dead, except for the Heka. And Thor is the finisher. That's why I really like Thor. Works for when you have multiple people to kill instead of just Susanoo with single targets. This is a classic defense team setup that we see, especially in the high gold, diamond, maybe even legend tier. It's a really, really strong comp because Huang Di and Mascado, man. What powerhouses. This person though is super, super squishy. And I know people go for like war brands and like life brands and stuff, but you gotta really put HP on them. They just die, unfortunately. They can get one-shotted, I'm not kidding. So I feel like you should have like maybe like 1400 HP minimum on a Mascado. That's just me, personally. This is teal, that's weird. Why do you have teal? This is low HP too. Wow, they're just trying to kill you like instantly. And unfortunately, it's not the greatest thing. Wow, this is really squishy too for an Ananta. Holy moly. This is a really, really weird team. Okay. We're dealing with no charm. It's not too big of a deal. Only single stance. I think we got this. So I'm going in with triple support. And I have 3 revives. Even though I should put on a 4th one on my Quetz, but I can't on right now, but unfortunate, but oh well, it doesn't really matter. What really matters right now is that we have a crazy setup. So I'm going to be able to get the mute off with the barrier break. Maybe even charm if I want to do that. Depends. See if they have another auto Taruka. And they do. So yeah, I'm probably going to use Tyrande instead of trying to charm everybody. But actually, if I was being really ballsy, you know what? Yeah, let's be ballsy. Oh yes, That's actually really good. What do I want to do? This is a point where, just in case, Demon Birthcry actually comes in real handy. And I know I don't use that move like ever, but holy moly is it good in this situation. Because look at that, he just got out of charm instantly. And now he didn't wipe us on the first turn. Demon Birthcry. Like, people don't think about it, but it's pretty useful. Now we can Tensing Corn buff. Bing bang boom. Thing about having the purple Huang Di, even though it has the null charm, which is really good, it doesn't cover mute or bind, which a lot of people do put on to counteract that. So yeah, still gets muted, as you can see. And because we did so well with Mahamir and Karen C, oh my god, that's really good. Even if you miss, you still get hit by Masakado. And he can hit himself! Oh my god. I love when you charm a Masa to hit himself. Oh, that's beautiful. So, now we're gonna have to worry about the Heka, because that's probably most likely gonna have some sort of Rakarmdra, which a lot of people are throwing on nowadays, because they don't cover the Hama weakness. You don't need to. Like, light doesn't even matter. People don't have any good light units until we get some sort of light pierce, and that'll change the meta. We'll see how that goes, though. We don't really have any skills that I want to use. Let's just attack into people. No effect. Cool, whatever. And we're gonna live. That's just how it is. And I just want to keep muting them now, so that they don't do anything. Good. And that's how you play Trumpeter. Super easy. Afflicted with Charm, so we can try to chance him hitting himself. Tensing Corn just lasts forever. You only need like one, which is why I never upgraded it. And I think we just want to hit here. And yeah, because probably... Oh, you know what? I changed my mind. Actually, maybe it's really good to have Drain for Heka because he can hit himself and heal. I never really thought about that one, but interesting choice. He'll live a little bit longer. Maybe. Did you cover this? No. What do you know? So he's gonna hit himself. 258's not much, and he still loses his turn. So I'm okay with that because he doesn't get a crit off, which he has another chance to get free of mute, which usually with Hecaton Karis, they get out of mute in 2 turns. They have a really good recovery for some reason. I don't know why. And let's see, hit that again, perfect. Pretty much just lock him. I think we should be able to kill him off right here. Bam. No Endure. I don't know why you'd throw that on Heka anyways.